How are ya? How are ya? I'm going to let some people get on here. And actually, while I'm doing that, I'm going to share this myself. How are y'all doing? Hey, please share this live stream. Once again, unfortunately, I've got some news to share with you. And maybe, just maybe, some people will get the picture this time. So, those that know me know I've been dealing with the utmost corruption from Lafayette County and the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department for the last year. Horrible corruption out of Oxford and Lafayette County over the last year. Well, 2 months back or so, got this guy, his name is Ricky Weaver, that wants to steadily, non-stop, over and over again, troll me. The same thing that Lafayette County came after me for. This guy has issued threats to me. I've got, tens, probably close to 50 posts of him non-stop bashing me, threatening me. Turned that into the Water Valley Police Department that took everything that I had and filed felony charges, the same charges that were levied against me by Lafayette County, on Ricky Weaver. Okay? For aggravated cyberstalking. Cyberstalking at the very least. Felony charges that were signed off by a judge, sent to Lafayette County. Lafayette County Sheriff's deputies, after I had to tell them that the warrant was sitting in their warrant stack, I had to tell them. Made contact with this guy, had to tell him where he was at. Went out there and made contact with him. And you know what? Because my name was on the affidavit. Because I had all the proof of him putting everything against me in light of the racket of Lafayette County against me. Simply because my name was on the affidavit, they refused to make an arrest on a felony warrant. Think about that for a second, folks. Lawful deputies, by law, that have to execute a warrant, especially a felony warrant, refusing to make an arrest because the guy that they hemmed up, that they wanted to kick out of Lafayette County, was on the affidavit. And that's what happened. I made contact with Sheriff Buddy East, the main sheriff over Lafayette County that has been there for term after term after term, far exceeded what we would see as term limits. And this is why we need term limits in any kind of office, in a government position. Buddy East told me they would never do something like that, even though I already knew they had. Said that if they had a felony warrant on somebody, they would pick him up. They would treat everybody the same. Said he was going to check into it. I talked to, Scott Mills, the assistant sheriff, the chief investigator, who said the same thing. Actually, before I talked to Buddy East, I talked to Scott Mills. I went up the chain of command the correct way. I told Scott Mills first and foremost about where this guy was. Talked to Buddy East afterwards, after Scott Mills had sent the deputies out there and talked to him and refused to make a felony arrest on a felony warrant. Talked to Scott Mills after that. I've got recordings of all this. Recordings of all this. Okay? It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. It's two sides of the justice system. And this gets back to the same video that I posted earlier. Would y'all know that in Mississippi, a justice court judge does not even have to have a college degree? Does not have to have a college degree to even be a justice court judge, to set bond, to set bail on a case. And that was the case that happened with me. Judge Carolyn Bell attended the University of Mississippi. I saw nothing that she graduated from the University of Mississippi. My point is this. Even after all the proof that I provided, even after going through the channels that I went through, having a felony warrant signed off in Water Valley that was sent to Lafayette County officers failing to operate on that felony warrant and letting him go. No telling what they said to him. A lot of that got back to me, by the way. May 13th at 6:58 a.m. This is this Sunday, 2 days ago. Ricky Weaver shares my page, The Oxford Outlaw. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to debunk everything that he says right here. And this shows more malicious intent by Ricky Weaver. Scammer alert, scammer alert, scammer alert. Matt Reardon is not Oxford Outlaw. He's Oxford's bitch boy. Scammer, liar, fraud, as well as a damn snake and a snitch. Bitch boy. Do not donate to this scammer. This inmate may be identified anytime, anywhere. Inmate, thief, scammer. Okay? Completely illiterate, for one. If you look at the post, completely illiterate. Have I once asked you guys for one single donation? Now, what I'm sure this guy is talking about, or possibly, is back in May of last year, because of running around to different places, because of running a political action cause, fighting for the state flag, I posted a PayPal link which actually got about $275 of donations. Probably not even that. And I'll actually show the whole entire account. I have no problem broadcasting that live here on this page. That shows, and even when I asked for donations, I told everybody, if you donate, it's going to go to ads because it takes money to fight this cause. I can't just be expected to not only front my own causes for traveling, which I was fine with fronting my own causes, my own funds for traveling, but advertising to help push this movement was not something I was willing to do 100% solely on my own. Not with the follower base that I had. I can show that every single dime of that was donated went to Facebook ads. I can show receipts for all that. Okay? And the few dollars that was left over, I used for Delta Computer Systems to pull court documents that I needed for my case that resulted. Every single bit of that is detailed on the PayPal account. Okay? But yet, a felony warrant is sent over. Sheriff's deputies make contact with him after posting dozens and dozens and dozens of untrue, slanderous, libelous things about me, including threats. They refused to make an arrest on a felony warrant, even after there's a recording of me telling him that he needed to cease and desist. I have a recording of Scott Mills letting him know the warrant is in their warrant stack and where this guy is at. Now I have proof of him sending deputies out there to make contact with this guy who refused to make a felony arrest on a warrant, which they were quick to come after me on the same thing. Talking to Buddy East, the sheriff of Lafayette County, who adamantly denied and said that none of that would ever happen. If there was a felony warrant, they would pick him up. I've already confirmed it through the judge as well as Water Valley. Okay? Made contact with several people in Water Valley, which the warrant was pushed through, including the judge. And then he continues to do the same thing. So, I'm at the point now, and I really, really, really hope they get the picture. If Ricky Weaver is not picked up within the next 24 hours on this warrant, 24 hours, it's 8:45 p.m. now. The following day, on the 17th, first thing in the morning at 8 a.m., I'm going to have no other choice but to contact the Attorney General's Office of Mississippi as well as the state police for Lafayette County receiving a felony warrant, making contact, refusing to make an arrest, and allowing this mischievous behavior, malicious behavior to go on. It is directly in your hands. It is directly your fault. And it is right now your time to do something about this. 24 hours. Okay? If he's not picked up, he already should have been picked up. It's now continued after contact was made. I'm not issuing a threat. I'm doing what's right. Okay? There needs to be accountability. And if accountability is not going to be held, then I'll have no other choice but to contact the Attorney General's office to investigate as to why this didn't happen, as well as the state police to go ahead and make the arrests themselves. That's all I've got to say. Share this live stream. I hope Judicial Watch sees it. Y'all take care.